Hello, and welcome to our little group, or can I say large group, absolutely free photo edits. So I'm going to start. I've made many videos, but I think things change quite quickly here in our group. So I'm going to click into our group to start. And when you become a moderator, the look will change for you. So right now, I don't know if you would get the little star up in the right-hand corner. So that little star we would press. This is the back. And as you can see, there's quite a few things here. You're going to ignore most of it. Absolutely ignore it. And you're going to scroll down till you find what we call participant requests. That is going to be the only thing that you will click into until you get new instructions. All right, so let's do that. And right now we have 288 requests. As you can see, there's a lot of people, and you'll see that rises quite quickly through the day, but we have a lot of we have different chats with more moderators, so you might not see them as of yet, but they're constantly working, and I'll show you how that looks. So these are some moderators right now. Paul. He's been in there quite steady. Then we have an admin named Elaine. Bet is also an admin. Myself, I'm also, of course, an admin. So there's several more, but sometimes they have to be away. Life gets in the way at times. That's why we like to have a lot of moderators. So you can see the different people and how this group is run. So these are some of the moderators here. So she's been away. Let's take Joni. She's also a new moderator. And you can see she's been busy. So anyways, we're going to get back out of that and get back to where we talked. Only going to click into participant requests. So the first thing you're going to do, there's the best way for you as a new moderator would probably be, there's going to be a lot of different things that approve and decline. So to make this really easy for you, to start would be, let's take only the declines and no approvals for now. So when I say declines, there's going to be about 6 things to look at, and possibly 7 things if you were going to approve it, but 6 things to decline it. And if it doesn't fit that category, just skip over it, because you're going to just start with declines. The first thing you're looking at is We'll start with Sean. I know right away that he's going to be a decline. And the reason I know is we have 4 group questions that is mandatory to answer. And as you can see, it says he hasn't answered membership questions. And do you agree to the rules from the admin? There's no response at all. So let's take a look. So the only thing he had going for himself is his profile and his name are good. The next thing he has wrong is he needs to be a member. And how do you be a member? On the home page, you tap and join the group. You just join as you joined. So if you don't join, you stay a visitor or a participant or even a Facebook user. So there's 4 questions and you can't even see the questions because he didn't answer anything, this person. So I'm just going to put 4 X's, even though you can't see the questions. So there's 4, and then of course the visitor and a profile picture would make 6. These things, even just one of these wrong, will have him declined. The next thing you're not going to do, of course, is you're never going to touch the dark blue tab and the decline all lighter tab ever. When that says approve all, it approves 291 requests, good or bad. If you should make that mistake, no worries, let us know, and we'll try to go back quickly and undo them. So then we have an approval, and we have a decline, and we have 3 dots. So when you're declining somebody, you know you're not going to be pressing approval. You're not even going to be pressing this decline. What you're going to do is you're going to go into those 3 dots every single time on a decline. So let's do that. So once you choose to hit those 3 dots, what's going to come up next are 3 things. Decline request and suspend, decline request and block, decline with feedback. So you're always, always, always going to choose the bottom, decline with feedback. So that's a no, and it's always the bottom. So once we've done that, now we know she didn't answer any questions, so it's not an issue with answers. It's not like she had one answer incorrect. She didn't answer any questions, so it would be did not agree to the group rules. Next, let's say she had everything correct except she was a visitor. We would tap into this because it had nothing to do with the answers. Or if she didn't have a profile picture, then it would be that when I say no profile picture, I'm talking about a Facebook default profile picture. It's like a shadow of a man's face. Next, we're going to have in here, and you're going to copy and paste always. You can write your own message. You can take a message that I'll leave you in the chat. You can cut it, put it in a memo pad, or you can save it however way you want to save it. So because I have nothing ready, I'm going to start here and explain every single thing that has to be done for them to be approved. Even if they only made one mistake, I'm still going to suggest take a look at everything. So now that that's done, I'll use this one over and over. It's covering all the things that they could have wrong. So they'll read it and go, did I do this? Did I do that correct? So please check to make sure all your answers to the group questions is correct. Have a profile picture. Also, join the group. And I think I may add to be a member. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to copy this. Now, once I've got all that done and I've copied this message for my next declines, you might have, I don't know what you use to work with, whether it's an iPhone or another type of another product or a laptop. For me, I have to go to the bottom next to make everything drop. If I don't, I can't get to decline it. So next. Another little trick is if you forget to tap into one of these, it will not let you decline. One of these have to be highlighted. So decline. So you're only looking for declines. Another way to do that, to get all the declines, is you can go to your questions through the sort and you can say, didn't answer questions. That's all you have to do because right there, that's wrong. Even if they're a member or whatever, that's all you have to put. Or you could have instead just said, no response to the rules. None. So that would be a decline. So here we have Kate, visitor, has an answer. We know it's a mistake. If they're even just a visitor, the whole thing is downhill from there. That could be the only mistake she'll have. So let's do this. Right away, answers and visitors wrong. So we're going to decline in the 3 dots. So from here, we take only the bottom, decline with feedback. And for here, she didn't answer any questions, so I just tap in the middle. Now, if you should tap in the wrong thing, don't panic. It's not going to affect the outcome at all. They'll still be declined with a message. I'm now going to copy and paste. There's my message. Off my next button down below. You see that? And decline. Now we know this one has a profile picture, correct? Member, correct? But there's got to be 4 answers. And even if they got 3 of them done and the 4th one not done, that's a decline. 3 dots, bottom, and copy and paste, which I think I'm going to shorten my message because it's almost hiding. And join the group's good enough. I'll copy and paste that again. Next, decline. So she's a visitor, that's automatically a decline. You don't even have to look at anything else. 3 dots, decline with feedback. She had no questions done at all. If she had, like I said, 3 correct but 1 wrong, it would be just issue with answers. Or if she had everything correct and it was just a visitor status, it would be the other. Next, I usually put all my letters in capitals so they will kind of jump out at the participant when they get the decline message. So let's take a scroll. There's also this here button here, tab, I guess. And what that will do is that sorts everything out for you. So let's press that. The only thing you can really tap into is either the newest participants that just joined first or the oldest that joined first. So right now we're doing the oldest, and that was 5 hours ago. But for some reason, if you're doing them and it spins and spins and does not allow you to get through the decline, that's probably because there's other moderators bumping into you. If that's the case, you can just scroll through like I'm doing now and start here. Visitor. So we know it's a decline. 3 dots, decline with feedback, nothing answered at all, and copy and paste. Then remember, I go all the way down my phone. Like I said, I don't know what you use. You'll figure it out. Mine says next. There you go. It drops it, and now you can see decline. So here's visitor right off the bat. There's nothing you have to really do. You're going to, she had no answers. There's my message. And like I said, if it was just the visitor status and everything else was correct, then it's still a decline. By adding all this message, she's going to go through the whole thing to see which one was incorrect for her. So all you're going to be doing is only declines. There's a lot of different things at play when you approve. And because it's a large group, there's a lot to check in an approval. Let me see if I can find one that's an approval, and I'll show you. Answered all the questions. Agree to all the rules. Join status is a member. Okay, so these would be approvals. So this is D. Her name is D. Now you can see that she's a member. Profile picture. Profile picture can be of a dog. It can be of the sky. It can be of anything except for not a Facebook default profile picture or an anonymous, which can be considered a nickname or the anonymous post profile. So everything is correct. Yes, I sure will. I will not DM. And a lot of people do not see, do you agree to the rules from the admin? That one seems to be lost. And they seem to answer everything but that. But that's very important. So this is me doing this. It will not be you for now. I'm now going to press in the preview and I'm going to look for anything that D has done, nobody else. So D did this. Obviously, it's an edit. We're going to look now and see original post in the blue. You're going to see the writing. Where did she put that? If she put that under somebody else's post, say with a dog, then we know that that's a piggyback post and it's wrong. But she didn't. She did this correctly. Okay. And we got to remember, this is not about anybody else. This is not about Vince's picture or post. It's not. It's only about D. And D has an edit. So I'm taking that and I would approve that. But there's many different scenarios for approvals. And this is another good one. Preview. They're also doing that for the originals right there again for Vince. But we're looking at Kit. Kit appears to have done 2 edits. You can see the original post is very important. So again, this post was all about Kit, and I'm approving Kit. So these are some of the easier ones, but for now, we're going to bypass this and we're going to get back to just declining. So we're going to, we're just going to say visitors because we know that's a decline. See how they did everything correct except for the visitor status. And if you looked in the preview, you would see that this here was, excuse me, this is for Richie preview. So a lot of posts are coming in for that military post. Original, there you go. But Richie, let's see the original post for this one. So he's asking for a family edit on top of this. No, this is actually Deanna's post, and Richie is commenting under Deanna's post. I need help with fixing a family photo. Don't really want to post it publicly, as it's not just me in it. I don't mind getting ridiculed, joked about, but wouldn't want others in the picture to be targeted. Is that something you could help with at all? Now we know you're not doing this yourself. You're not approving. But this is a decline, so you would just decline anyways. However, he's a visitor. Bottom, he had the questions right. It was the visitor status that he had wrong. And I'm just going to put in here quickly. Your photo, like everyone else, as there is no DMs. So some of them are tricky. So decline. But again, for you, just copy and paste what we talked about because we don't want you to get into any more than you need to. So this is another one that's completely good except for the visitor. These are all good except for visitor. So we're going to do these. Decline with feedback. Let's do our copy and paste. We're not going to worry about nothing else. The next, decline. Everything's correct here, but again, the visitor status. So by telling them everything that could be wrong, it does show them also join the group, which is important. Now, if I was doing this, everything else is correct. I just delete some of it and just say join the group. But don't have to do that. So it might be confusing. I don't know. Copy and paste is definitely just as good. So we have 2 more I'm going to do with you. A decline, it's got visitor status. Let's just poke it there and decline. And one more. There's more declines, but we're just doing the declines with just the visitor. Decline. So that's it. Make sure that you don't touch anything else for now until you're trained. It's not hard to learn. And when I say train, most people have had access to being a moderator or an admin. It's just different things that we look for that makes it a little tricky. And I know some people that want to moderate get upset when they're new and can't believe they have to be trained, but I just remove them. I haven't got time if they're not interested in being trained. So let's hope this helps. And thank you for wanting to participate and volunteering. Thanks a lot.